Happy Wednesday. I am so excited to be on with you guys today. Welcome to this live stream. And if you are watching the replay, welcome to that too. I wanted to hop on this morning and touch base as the first live stream of the new year. I hope you had an amazing holiday. I hope you had time to rest and take a little bit of a break. And you might be kind of like hovering in between that gray space, still between the holidays and truly the new year. From what I can tell from speaking with a lot of agents, it seems like a lot of realtors are kind of taking it slow, easing into 2024, and they're going to call this next Monday like hitting the ground running, right? And so let me know in the comments if that's you, if you're kind of taking it slow. And if you are, you might feel a little bit of trepidation or a little bit of like nervousness getting into the new year thinking, I've taken so much time off. How do I get back into the swing of things? How do I hit the ground running once I'm fully back in reality? So for me, that's where I'm at. I'm taking it very slow this week. We're actually working on some stuff in the behind the scenes with some changes coming up in Market Authority team land. So we are really working on the business and not really pushing ourselves too hard until the next week. And anytime we do that, I always have a little bit of nervousness, like, oh my gosh, I hope that I can like actually make that switch when it's time to go 110%. And so what I want to do today is talk about a couple of routines that really help me turn it on when it's time to turn on, right? So over 500 agents that I've worked with personally in the last couple of years, almost every single one of them says, Stefanie, the biggest challenge that I have is time management. Like, how do I wake up every day with clarity, knowing exactly what I need to do? How do I not get sucked into 10 hours of busy work, feeling really busy, doing a lot of things, but then ultimately not doing anything right, like not doing the right things that are going to move the needle in my business? And if you've ever felt like that, I want you to know, first off, there's nothing wrong with you. And you are definitely not alone. That is the number one core challenge that I have that I hear from realtors. And so, because of that, I've been really thinking about how I can help realtors with that challenge because I've been there too. And so we recently released a new masterclass for realtors called the Realtor Routine Mastery. It is getting absolutely awesome feedback. You are going to love it. This is a masterclass for realtors who want to finally get control of their time. And one thing that we talk about in that masterclass is routines. And so I want to get into that during this live stream. Now, before I do, I want to remind you guys, or let you know rather, that tomorrow, January 4th, we are doing our very first live training of the year. So if you're looking for a free live training to kickstart your 2024, this is going to be the perfect time to do it. I'm going to have the link in the caption so you can jump on with us tomorrow. You do have to register with that class so that you can get the link to join, but it is totally free. And what we are doing is sharing brand new content with you on the 3 systems that every realtor is going to need in 2024. We are talking about consistent marketing and lead gen. We're talking about the $1 million client journey, right? Like how do you have the systems implemented before, during, and after the transaction? And finally, of course, we're talking about time management during that too. So if you're looking for a live kick in the pants, free training, that is going to be tomorrow. You can hop on with me on January 4th, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Okay, so make sure you register for that. If you're on my email list, you already got the invite, but we're sending out a couple more today. Let's talk about the 4 routines that every realtor needs. So there are 4 routines that every realtor needs, and 2 are pertaining to the type of day it is, and 2 happen every single day no matter what. And so what I want you to think about is like, what kind of days do you typically have in real estate, right? There are some days where everything goes well and you have all the time in the world to absolutely smash your to-do list and even add in some extra fun projects. You have energy, you have time, you have focus. We call that a ceiling day. And so on ceiling days, when you have the time, when you have the energy, and you have the focus, you need to know exactly what you need to be doing with that day to make the most of that time. The biggest challenge that I see a lot of realtors do is they go into a ceiling day where they're feeling very motivated, and this is going to happen to you next week. Mark my words, you're going to get into the first or second week of January, right? Everything's going to be back at like full throttle. Everyone's going to be back at work and thinking about the spring and maybe if they want to buy or sell. And you are going to be chomping at the bit. You are going to have ceiling days. How do you make sure you structure your day in such a way that you get the right things done and that you don't get stuck into 8 hours of busy work on the laptop that don't do anything? And so a ceiling day routine is like the ideal schedule in a perfect world, right? You are doing 2 hours of prospecting and marketing. You are getting a face-to-face networking luncheon, and you're taking time in the afternoon to service any listings, go on any showings, go on any new client appointments. Or if you have nothing else going on, you know exactly what project in your business you're working on. Maybe you're working on setting up your CRM or updating your website or creating a new guide like a relocation guide. So that is a ceiling day. That's a first routine every realtor needs. And I want to know, let me know in the comments. I'm streaming here on YouTube and Facebook. So if you send a comment my way right now, I will see it. This is live. Go ahead and let me know if you have your ceiling day dialed in or if you have any questions about that. That's the first routine that every realtor needs. In a perfect world, how does your day unfold? How do you end the day and close your laptop feeling satisfied and confident that you've done everything you needed to do that day? That's your ceiling day. Now, the second routine is the opposite of that. The second routine is your floor day routine. So I don't know if you guys know, I'm a mom to 2 toddlers. I have a 3-year-old who just started preschool this year and a 1-year-old who's absolutely insane. And there's something about that second kid, like if you know, you know. I have more floor days this year. I've had more floor days than I care to admit. And a floor day is when everything just goes out the window and you're in survival mode. You might be you might be in that situation where you only have 2 hours of time to actually dedicate to your business and it's going to be like broken up into 15-minute increments. Right. And I'm seeing a comment, well, what if you have a full-time job? That would definitely fit into a floor day, I would think. So a floor day is when you only have like the bare minimum and you have to be able to answer the question, what do I need to do to move my business forward if I only have 30 minutes to work, an hour to work, 2 hours to work? If I'm trying to fit it in on my lunch break and then an hour after I get home from work, or if I'm trying to fit it in during the 2-hour nap window, right? Along with a shower and trying to get yourself ready for the day. Again, if you know, you know. So that is your floor day routine. Now, realtors who are full-time realtors are going to have both. Some days are going to be absolutely perfect and going off, like a ceiling day, and some days are going to be floor days where the kids are homesick or the sitter calls out or a couple of transactions are on fire and you have to spend your entire day doing damage control. Okay, so depending on the floor day routine, you have to be able to say, what is one thing that I can do to maintain business? So not screw up the files you already have, right? If you have an inspection due that day, like how are you going to make sure you get it done? And so that's the first question. Your floor day routine has to be able to answer, how do you maintain business? And the second question is, how do you generate more business? Right? So can you do one thing that can connect you with more business so that you're always growing your pipeline? Because what you'll find is, like me this year, you might find yourself in a season of many, many floor days. Well, I can't just maintain business for 6 months. I have to continue generating business because if I'm not generating business, if I'm not lead generating and marketing, then my business is going to, go down the drain. And you always have to have more opportunities coming. That's the nature of a sales business like we're in. And so that's why your floor day routine has to allow you to get the 2 to 3 most important things done while still accommodating a crazy lifestyle or schedule. So those are the first 2 routines, your ceiling day routine and your floor day routine. You might think of them more so as a schedule. What's the schedule in an ideal day and what's the schedule in a, you're totally winging it, you're in survival mode day. Now, within those days, there are 2 more routines we need. So whether it's a ceiling day, whether it's a floor day, you're going to do the same thing when you're starting up your workday and the same thing when you're ending your workday. This is your workday startup and your workday end. These are the next 2. These are pretty simple, but they change the game. So if you are jumping into business in the morning, especially on a floor day, if you're jumping into business without taking a moment to center yourself, remember your priorities, check your to-do list, make sure you know exactly what you're going to be doing, then you are going to be in reaction mode. If you are starting your day by getting into the inbox and messing around, responding to a bunch of other people's problems, and hanging out in the inbox for hours at a time, you are not being productive. You are being reactive. You are reacting to other people's needs instead of servicing your business' most important needs, which again are prospecting and marketing. And so a workday startup routine is the 10, 15, maybe 20-minute routine that you're going to have at the start of every workday, whether it's a floor day or whether it's a ceiling day. That's going to be your moment to review your to-do list, review your goals, make sure you have clarity on what you need to do that day and how you'll know when you're done. It changes the game in terms of focus because it's going to take you from feeling completely, a little bit overwhelmed and hurried, like you have to be urgently reacting to everyone. And instead, it's going to put you in the driver's seat of your day. And you're going to feel calm. You're going to feel proactive. You're going to feel like you know exactly what's expected of you. Okay. So that's your workday startup routine. Now, the workday shutdown routine, our last one, is what do you do at the end of the day or the end of your work sesh? Okay. So a lot of times my workday shutdown routine happens after the kids go to bed. And what I'm doing is taking 10 minutes of time to plan the next day. So I look at what I got done today and I say, okay, this is great. I got most of my to-do list finished, but there's a few things that I didn't get done that are really important. So I'm going to schedule them in for the next day. I'm going to update any metrics that need to be updated, complete any notes that need to be completed, maybe in the CRM. So if I had a really great conversation with somebody that I didn't get a chance to update the record for in my CRM, I'll take a moment to do that. I might do one last cursory glance of the email to make sure nothing urgent and important came in. And then I'm just going to close my laptop and know that I had a day well spent. Again, this sets you up to be in a position of power come the next morning because you know how you ended your day and you know how you need to start your day. And so let me go ahead and just recap these. And I want to remind you, if you need this in your life, if you're like, hey, this sounds amazing, but I don't have these routines, like that makes total sense to me, but how do I implement that? This is literally what we do in the Realtor Routine Mastery. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that link just so you've got it in the comments. Let me know if you see that come through. So you can grab that now and you can implement it immediately for time management, for even better time management. That whole masterclass is ready to go. You'll have everything you need, like detailed instructions and tons of examples and templates that you can use for these schedules and routines. But this is what you need. You need a ceiling day routine. How is your day going to look in a perfect world? You need a floor day routine. What are the 2 to 3 things that you need to get done if you are in complete survival mode? You need a workday startup routine so that you know how to start your day, and you need a workday shutdown routine so that you can feel good about how you're ending your day. With those things in place, you have completely effective time management that is going to be able to work around your lifestyle or your current business setup, and you are going to have clarity and confidence every single day because you know that you're actually going to get the right work done. So those are the routines that you need in 2024. One more time, your floor day routine, your ceiling day routine, your workday startup, and your workday shutdown. Now, if you have any questions about those, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, like I said, check out the Realtor Routine Mastery Masterclass because that is going to walk you through the implementation of those and so many examples of how to make it happen. And by the way, with the floor routine, you might say like, okay, prospecting and marketing, 2 to 3 important priorities. Okay, I can do that, but what should I do? Well, we actually have a list of like 25 different options that you can choose from, right? So we take all the thinking out of it. It's a really great masterclass. So grab that, definitely implement it. That is going to be a great way to start 2024 with better time management. And if you want to take your learning even deeper, join me tomorrow on January 4th at 9 a.m. Pacific for my first live training of the year. That is going to be your 2024 Kickstart with the 3 systems that every realtor needs in 2024. So we're talking about the 3 systems for consistent marketing, seamless client journeys, and smart time management in real estate. I'm really excited for it. It's brand new content, but you do have to register for it so that you can get the link to join. I put that in there as well, the hyperlink. It's go.marketauthorityacademy.com/webinar. Check that out in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you have a wonderful day ahead. And until next time, keep on crushing it.